What is going on, guys? It's me, it's Janine. It's the Jane and Roadcast. This is episode 5-ish. Whatever. Who's keeping track of these things? That doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So, we're going to talk today about, do you understand the difference of... Actually, we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about Janine's 3Ps of how she segments people, right? And then we're going to discuss a couple biblical quotes. Oh my God! No. Am I like bringing religion into anything? No, God. I'm not doing any of that. I don't care who anybody believes in or who you pray to or don't. It's none of my business. That's cool. If you have faith, don't. That's your business, right? However, the King James version of the Bible is well known. So a couple quotes, I'm going to use these just to help with my point of perspective, right? So I told you there's 3Ps. I believe, or I segment people into punks, I know, predators, or protectors. Okay? Now, punks. Punks are usually the people who witness the protectors or the predators and don't say anything or do anything. Punks typically evolve into one or another when the moment presents itself, or moments, right? Or they live their entire lives as punks and then they're just miserable because they've been punks and they wish that they had courage in moments where they wish they would have displayed courage. Then you have predators. Predators are those who actually enjoy, they feel joy whenever they inflict pain on others. They have cruelty. A lot of times they hide this cruelty. It is what it is, right? Some of them subconsciously do it and they wish they can change and they're trying, but they lack acceptance or patience from those around them, and nobody will extend them any sort of grace to help them. There's these types of individuals, right? Or there's the ones who are just downright cruel, narcissistic, and they wish pain and go out of their way because they're insecure or envious, right? There's all these types of people out here, right? And then you have your protectors. Protectors typically protect the punks from the predators, while the punks help the predators alienate the protectors. And it's interesting to me because it's all just this big cycle at the end of the day. Now, I myself am a protector, and I know that it's not something for people to easily wrap their head around. It's rare when you see women who are, protectors or warriors, right? It's such a masculine personality trait, and it's interesting to me the double standards of society today in regards to how it's viewed good in some instances and bad in others. But at the end of the day, I really don't understand who makes the distinction anyway in regards to what these words really mean and who defines them. At the end of the day, everything is what you see or what you perceive. So that's going to bring me to biblical quote number 1. And I'm not getting into quotes. I'm not. I have no idea. Well, I do, but I'm not going to get into quoting, books and all of that. How my cup runneth over. I had heard a woman spoke. I can't remember if it was Oprah or what it was. I can't remember what it was. But I heard a woman spoke on, her philosophy, how she feels, her interpretation of my cup runneth over. And it really it fascinated me as well as it resonated with me, because I could completely understand and relate to where she was going with that, because I believe it's absolutely true. How your cup runneth over it says completely of how you live your life. If your cup runneth over with shame, with guilt, you can't feel shame for some other human being. It's impossible. That's only your own shame projecting onto others. Okay? I myself, my cup is pretty much filled with love and acceptance, and it's interesting how it can be misinterpreted. And it's interesting to me when I even find others who, speak on how, they are full, they're positive and they're good people, but their cup runneth over with cruelty or judgment. And it's interesting to somebody like me who can look at things objectively, and I am a witness to human behavior and how cruelty is just justified based off of an individual's own self deception. It just is what it is at the end of the day. So it'll bring me to my last biblical quote: turning water into wine. Now, do I believe that there was a man who was, a great alchemist way back then and was able to turn literally water into wine? It doesn't matter if I believe that or not. However, What if it's just the term in regards to he was an underprivileged man and he or an underprivileged being, whatever, who was able to still have a great time with the people around him, even with the little that he has, like water. But in regards to people look at it as he turned water into wine, in regards to he was still able to have a good time. Unlike those back then who were titled or Caesars and they had their fancy goblets and their wine and it's a difference. It's a perception. It's a way of thinking. So again, that wasn't me getting all super biblical on you, but it was just for you to understand everything is perception. To me, I've experienced in my life some extreme cruelties. I mean, I'm not talking about words. Words, people use words on me all the time. I don't really care. I'm talking about physical cruelty, right? Even as a child, because of other human beings' misperception of my happiness or whatever the case may be, or their envy of my perceived happiness. And it's amazing to me now when I see this still going on today with human beings. So sometimes you have to ask yourself, what are you? What are you going to be today? Because if you're one of these punks who's afraid to be courageous and you're seeing other punks being taken advantage of or hurt by predators, then you yourself, to me, are a predator. So it's time for you guys to all step up and do what you have to do in order to get where you need to be and feel good about who you are. So join the movement. Be a protector, not a punk or a predator. But predators, we're coming for you.